When the sun goes down in Saigon, the real city wakes up. In Saigon, a single dollar buys you a full meal, hot off a charcoal grill, at midnight. This city doesn't sleep, and it doesn't stop feeding people. 14 street foods, all of them under $1. All of them real, the kind locals have been eating for generations, not the kind designed to end up on a tourist Instagram. Some of them will surprise you. One of them might change the way you think about food forever. Hit subscribe and let's eat. Food number 1, Banh, sizzling beef skillet. This is the street food that literally attacks you when it arrives. A cast iron skillet, loaded with thin sliced beef, egg, pate, and sausage, hits your table still spitting hot oil. Ne means dodge, as in lean back or wear it. This isn't restaurant food that ended up on the street. This is Saigon inventing its own version of steak and eggs decades before brunch was a thing. Entry-level carts run 20,000 to 25,000 Vietnamese dong, $1. You tear off a chunk of crusty Vietnamese baguette and drag it through the yolk while everything around you is still sizzling. Banh is proof that the best food in the world doesn't need 4 walls and a reservation. 10 p.m., plastic stool, charcoal smoke in the air, motorbikes inches from your elbow. This is what $1 buys after dark in Saigon. And we're just getting started. Wait until you see what number 8 does with rice paper and fire. Food number 2, banh mi op mi, night egg banh mi. This is the most underrated dollar on this entire list. No towering pork stack, no Instagram presentation, just a fried egg, a smear of pate, and a hit of Maggi sauce folded into a baguette so crispy it shatters when you bite it. 1 bulb swinging overhead, a cart the size of a card table, a vendor who has made this exact move 10,000 times without thinking about it. The egg gets fried in enough oil to make the edges lacy and almost translucent. It takes 90 seconds from order to hand. Banh mi op la is what Saigon eats at midnight when it just needs something honest. 15,000 to 20,000 Vietnamese dong. Less than $1. You eat it standing up on the sidewalk while motorbikes part around you like water. Simple, perfect. Gone before you realize you should have ordered 2. Food number 3, Bánh xèo mini, sizzling pancakes. The name means sizzling cake, and that sound is the entire point. The second that turmeric yellow rice batter hits the hot pan, it screams. A small golden pancake forms fast, shrimp pressed into the center, bean sprouts and pork folded inside. Then it crisps at the edges while the middle stays just soft enough to hold together. A plate of 4 runs 20,000 to 25,000 Vietnamese dong. But here's what the price doesn't tell you. This is interactive food. The vendor hands you a pile of mustard greens and fresh herbs. You wrap the pancake yourself, tuck in the herbs, roll it tight, and dip it in fish sauce. Bánh xèo is the dish that teaches you how Saigon actually eats, with your hands, at a sidewalk table, at night with strangers. The crunch of that crispy edge against cold, fresh herbs is something no menu description ever gets right. You have to be there. You have to build it yourself. Food number 4, ba la lat, beef in betel leaf. This is the street food that most tourists walk right past, and locals are glad they do. Ground beef and pork, seasoned with lemongrass and fish sauce, wrapped tight in a betel leaf and laid over open coals. The leaf chars, the fat inside crisps at the edges. The smoke does something to the beef that no oven or pan ever could. A plate runs 20,000 to 25,000 Vietnamese dong at a sidewalk cart. District 4 is the neighborhood. After dark is the time. The ritual is simple. Rice paper, fresh herbs, fish sauce, chili. You wrap it yourself, dip it, eat it in one bite. Bo La Lo is proof that the most complex flavors in Vietnamese cooking don't come from expensive ingredients. They come from fire, technique, and a leaf most Westerners have never heard of. The bitterness of the betel leaf against the smoky, fatty beef is one of the great flavor combinations on earth. One bite and you'll understand why District 4 exists. Food number 5, Goi Du Du, green papaya salad. Nobody comes to Saigon's night markets looking for a salad. That's exactly why this one blindsides you. Shredded unripe papaya, crunchy, cold, and slightly bitter, gets tossed with dried shrimp, fresh herbs, crushed peanuts, and a lime fish sauce dressing that hits sweet, sour, salty, and spicy in the same mouthful. 15,000 to 20,000 Vietnamese dong. A pile big enough to share. Nobody shares it. This isn't a side dish, it's a palate reset. The thing you grab between rounds of grilled meat and fried everything, and then realize it's the best thing you've eaten all night. Goi Du Du is what Vietnamese street food does that Western food rarely attempts. It balances every flavor at once and makes it look effortless. The texture alone is worth stopping for. Cold crunch against warm night air. Sharp lime cutting through the richness of everything else on the table. Night market vendors have it ready and waiting. You'll order one. You'll finish it in 4 minutes. You'll order another before the bowl hits the table. Food number 6, Bánh Khọt, mini savory pancakes. These are the bites that stop conversations mid-sentence. Tiny cast iron molds, each filled with a splash of turmeric coconut rice batter and one fat shrimp pressed into the center. The edges go shatteringly crispy while the middle stays custardy and soft. The vendor pops them out of the mold with a single flick and stacks them on a plate. A plate of 6 runs 20,000 to 25,000 Vietnamese dong. Then the work begins. Mustard leaf, fresh herbs, one Bánh Khọt placed in the center. Roll it up, dip it in fish sauce, eat it whole. Bánh Khọt is the dish that makes you realize Vietnamese street food isn't just about flavor. It's about the ritual of building something with your hands before you destroy it in one bite. The contrast is the whole point. Crispy shell, soft coconut center, cold herb wrap, sharp fish sauce. 4 textures, 1 bite, 0 words. Night market vendors run out of these early. There's a reason the regulars show up before dark. Food number 7, Soi Man, savory sticky rice. This is the food Saigon's night owls have been eating for decades, and most tourists never find it. It arrives wrapped in banana leaf, still warm. Peel it back and you've got glutinous rice packed with Chinese pork sausage, pork floss, fried shallots, pickled radish, and a halved quail egg sitting on top like it owns the place. 15,000 to 20,000 Vietnamese dong. One package, a complete meal. No bowl, no utensils, no table required. You eat it standing on a corner, on a curb, on the back of a motorbike if that's where you are. Soi Man is Saigon's original fast food, portable, filling, and built for a city that never stops moving long enough to sit down. The sticky rice holds everything together. The sausage brings the fat. The pickled radish cuts right through it. The quail egg ties the whole thing into something that makes no sense on paper and every sense in your mouth. Food number 8, Bánh Tráng Nuông, grilled rice paper. They call it Vietnamese pizza. That comparison doesn't do it justice. A single sheet of rice paper goes flat on a wire rack over live coals. A quail egg gets cracked directly onto it. Dried shrimp, scallions, pork floss, chili sauce, and a drizzle of oil follow. The whole thing blisters and crisps from the bottom up while the vendor works it with a brush like a painter finishing a canvas. 10,000 to 15,000 Vietnamese dong. Less than $1 for something that takes genuine skill to make. It folds like a slice. It crunches like nothing else on this list. Bánh Tráng Nuông is street food as performance. Every cart is a one-man show and every sheet is made to order, right in front of you, in under 2 minutes. The charcoal gives it a smokiness that an oven never could. The egg binds everything together. The chili hits last. Night market vendors run multiple racks simultaneously and still can't keep up with the crowd. Watch one get made, then order 3. Food number 9. Chiên, fried spring rolls. Everything you thought you knew about spring rolls is wrong. Forget the limp, pale imposters you've been served at buffets and takeout counters. Real chiên is pork, mushroom, and glass noodles wrapped tight in rice paper and dropped into oil hot enough to turn the outside into something that shatters when you bite it. You can hear the crunch from across the table. Night market vendors sell them by the piece for 5,000 to 10,000 Vietnamese dong. A full plate runs 20,000, still under $1. Dipped in fish sauce with shredded carrot and fresh chili. That's it. That's the whole recipe for perfection. Chiên is the dish that exposes every shortcut taken by every Vietnamese restaurant that ever existed outside of Vietnam. There are no shortcuts here. The oil is hot. The filling is fresh. The rice paper is thin enough to blister, but strong enough to hold. One bite, and the gap between what you've been eating and what this actually is becomes impossible to ignore. Food number 10. Kumquat, crab soup. Nobody expects the best thing they eat all night to come in a paper cup. Thick, silky broth loaded with real crab meat, quail eggs, and soft tofu. Thicken with cornstarch until it coats the spoon like velvet. Fried shallots on top. A squeeze of calamansi lime cut right through the richness. 15,000 to 20,000 Vietnamese dong from a street cart. A cup, not a bowl. Gone in 4 minutes. This is not a starter. This is not a side dish. This is the thing regulars come back to the same cart for. Same time every night. Same vendor who has been making it the same way for 20 years. Kumquat is proof that in Saigon, the most elegant food doesn't live in restaurants. It lives on a cart with a single pot and a line of people who already know. It shows up around 6 p.m. and disappears fast. No sign. No menu. Just a pot, a ladle, and a vendor who never runs out of regulars. Food number 11. Nướng, grilled pork rolls. This is the dish that turns eating into an event. Soft, slightly bouncy pork sausage, packed with garlic, fish sauce, and a touch of sugar, hits the grill until the outside caramelizes into something smoky and sweet. Then it lands on your table whole. But here's the thing, the vendor doesn't finish it for you. You get a stack of rice paper, a plate of fresh herbs, cucumber strips, pickled vegetables, and green banana. You build every roll yourself. Tight wrap, one dip in the peanut sauce, one bite. 25,000 Vietnamese dong, under $1. Nướng is Saigon's way of telling you that the best meals aren't just eaten, they're assembled, customized, and earned. Every roll is slightly different because you built it. More herb in this one, extra chili in that one. The pork stays warm long enough for 3 or 4 rounds before anyone thinks about stopping. This is communal food, night market food, the kind of meal that accidentally turns into 2 hours at a sidewalk table. Food number 12, Con Bún, Saigon everything soup. This is the soup that shouldn't work and somehow delivers the best bowl of the night. Tomatoes, crab, snails, water spinach, tofu, Vietnamese sausage, blood cake, bean sprouts, all of it simmered together in a broth that has no right being as good as it is. 22,000 Vietnamese dong, $1. Every ingredient you can think of in a single bowl. This isn't fusion. This isn't experimentation. This is a decades-old Saigon recipe built by vendors who couldn't afford to waste anything and accidentally created something extraordinary in the process. Con Bún is what happens when a city feeds itself honestly. No shortcuts, no pretension, just every ingredient that works thrown into one pot and left to figure itself out. The broth is medicinal. The snails add chew. The blood cake melts. The tomatoes keep everything from getting too heavy. It's chaotic on paper. It's balanced in the bowl. Locals order this when they're tired and need something that feels like it was made specifically for them. Food number 13, Nước Miatak, sugarcane kumquat juice. In 95-degree Saigon night air, surrounded by charcoal smoke and motorbikes, this drink is a physiological reset. A bundle of raw sugarcane goes into the press. Out comes something cold, green, and aggressively sweet. The vendor squeezes 2 or 3 calamansi limes directly in. Ice goes last. 10,000 Vietnamese dong, the cheapest thing on this entire list. You drink it in under a minute and immediately want another. The sweetness of the cane hits first, then the sharp citrus cuts straight through it and leaves your mouth cleaner than it started. Nuc Mia Tak isn't a beverage, it's the thing that makes everything else on this list taste better. Order it between the grilled meats and the fried everything. Order it after the chili hits too hard. Order it at the end of the night when your feet hurt and the city is still going at full volume around you. It costs less than a dime. It does more work than anything else on the table. Food number 14, Hu Tiu Nam Vang, Phnom Penh Noodle Soup. This is the bowl that ends the night right. Clear pork broth, lighter than pho, cleaner than bun bo, ladled over rice noodles, so soft they barely need chewing. Sliced pork, shrimp, pork liver, and a quail egg land on top. Fried garlic goes last. The whole thing arrives still steaming at midnight like it was waiting for you specifically. 20,000 to 25,000 Vietnamese dong, $1. Hu Tiu crossed the border from Cambodia decades ago and never left. Saigon adopted it, refined it, and made it its own. The way this city does with everything it touches. The broth is the whole story. Pork bones and dried squid simmered for hours until it turns sweet and impossibly clear. You drink every drop. Night market vendors set up late and stay open until the last customer leaves, which in Saigon means sometime around 3 a.m. Order it last. It closes the night the way a good meal should. Clean, quiet, perfect. 14 foods, $14. A meal that most people will never have because they never looked past the hotel restaurant menu. Saigon doesn't ask you to be adventurous. It just puts the food in front of you on a plastic stool at midnight and lets it speak for itself. Here it's charcoal smoke, sizzling skillets, and food that's been perfected on the same street corners for generations. No reservations, no dress code, no tip jar. The cheapest food city on earth is also one of the greatest, and most people never find out because they never left the tourist street. Every single thing on this list costs less than a parking meter back home. The best dollar after dark? Number 12. The soup that shouldn't work but wins every time. You found out tonight. Subscribe to Traveling and Eating. We find the best street food on the planet, $1 at a time.